Hello again. This is going to be part 2 of the dealing with tangent lines and the k-values that they have, and then a little bit more. This time we're going to take an extra look at an extra step and see if we can't also tell something about this line. Why can't we, for instance, write out the equation of the line? And for that, we'll need to get some more information. We know how to get this part, but we're going to have to work on getting the rest of it. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. We're going to be using the same equation that we used in the part 1, and that's this right here. This time, however, we'll be looking at the place where x is equal to 1. So here it is, all nice and drawn out. Here's where the tangent line is. When x is 1, you can also then look at the y value at that particular place. In this case, it's kind of easy to read right off the graph. But in other cases, if you had, say, x was equal to 1.37, that wouldn't be too easy to read off the graph, and we'd have to do it algebraically. As we continue, we will be doing all this algebraically, even though we're still drawing with our graph here. So we know how to get the k-value of this, and that's not a problem. Now I'm going to have to shrink this graph down a bit so that we can have some places to write. Okay, there's the graph down in the corner. Now this yellow right here, that is from the equation. And then the purple here, that's that line, just to make sure we all understand each other. Now, this function here, the yellow, we need to, like before, take the derivative. That will be y prime, and it'll be equal to 2x. In this case, it's a real nice, simple first derivative. Now, we know the x that we're looking for is when it's 1. That's real nice and easy, and that'll give us the place where the tangent is. So what do? Well, like the part 1, let's just go ahead and do it y prime of 1, because that's what we're dealing with. Then we follow the formula, 2 times 1, and that is equal to 2, of course. Now, what is that? Well, that's the k right there. All right? That's the k of the tangent line. Now, I'll clean up a bit. It gets kind of messy. So we know that k is 2. Let me write that down separately here. K is 2. Okay. What else do we need? Well, we need the equation of the tangent line. So what do we have to do to get that? One thing we have to do is we need to find out what m is, and in order to do that, we're going to need to find out what y is. X we got for free, and k we already know. How do we find out what this is? Well, to do that, we're going to have to take this x right here and put it into the original function. So, because, look, the tangent and the function share this point down here. That means when they share a point, they have the same x and the same y. So let x equal 1, and what does the formula then tell you? Well, it will be 1 squared minus 4. 1 squared is 1. 1 minus 4 is minus 3. So y is negative 3. Okay, that's this part right here. Now, we know what k is. That's 2. What was the x? It was 1. And then all together we add the m there. Now we can find out what this m is, because we have a number here and a number there. So it gets real easy. We'll have negative 3 We'll take this to the other side. That will be minus 2, and that's equal to m. And that is negative 5. Now, when we go down to, oh, that's a little hard to see on this particular graph. Oh, that's too bad. But it's down there. That is, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. So it does kind of actually look like 5. And remember from Math B that m is the y-intercept. So now we know several things. We know m. We know k, right there. The x was given. We also know the y. But now it is time to take all those things that we know, and of course now I have to erase a few things to make some room. We're going to take what we know and finish the job. I'll leave some of this here. I'll leave the m and the k. When you show what the answer is supposed to be, it needs to be in this form. But we don't do anything with y. We let y be y. K, we will use the numerical value, and then we'll go ahead and let x be there, and then we'll put in the numerical value of m. Now we usually don't have a multiplication there, but I didn't want you to get confused. So the standard form is this. And that is the equation of the tangent line for this function when x is 1. Kind of a mouthful, but it just means that this purple line, like all lines, there's an equation for it. This particular purple line happens to be the tangent line, and that implies that we can find out the y, we can find out the x, in this case it was given. We can find out the k by taking the derivative of this yellow function, and we can find out the y-intercept by putting in everything that we know and solving for the unknown. Well, I hope that helps. We'll do some more on the board now. Thanks, bye.